In this next example, we have some more components. We have the down payment and the points that we've added into the example, so we're going to learn how to find those. So the price of a home is $220,000. The bank requires a 20% down payment and 3 points at the time of closing. The cost of the home is financed with a 30-year fixed rate mortgage at 7%. So before I can even decide what my value of my loan is going to be, I have to figure out what the down payment is going to be. So my down payment is 20%, so that's 0.2, times my 220,000. So I'm going to type that in my calculator. 0.20 times 220,000. And that turns out to be $44,000. So you're going to need to save up $44,000 so that you can buy this home. The bank doesn't want you to start with nothing down, because then they are worried that you're not going to have enough to pay for it, and then they're going to get stuck with this home, and then they'll have to sell it at probably a short sale. So for part B, we're trying to find the amount of the mortgage. So the amount of the mortgage is only the part that you're going to finance. So we take the total cost of the home and we're going to subtract off the down payment, which you've already paid at closing. So 220,000 minus the 44,000, and that comes out to be 176,000. This is what you're going to be financing. Now, in addition to the down payment that you have to pay at closing, you're also going to have to pay these points. You are required to pay 3 points in this example. So 3 points, which is a one-time fee that you pay at closing. We're going to take the 3 points, which each point represents 1%, so that's 0.03. So we're going to take 0.03 times the cost of the mortgage, not the cost of the actual home, the cost of the mortgage, which is $176,000. So the points, you're paying a fee for them to write your loan, and that's only the $176,000, because you're already paying the $44,000 off the bat. You don't have to pay points on that. So we're going to take 0.03 times 176,000, and that's going to be $5,280 in points. Now this question said find the fee for the points and the total amount. So the total that you're going to be expected to pay at closing is going to be the $44,000 down plus your point fee so I'm going to take 5,280 plus the 44,000, which is going to be 49,280. So this is how much you're going to have to bring to the table at closing, which means you might want to have started an annuity so that you can start saving this much money so that you can buy your home one day. Part D says find the monthly payment. So this is the one where we actually use all the formulas. So we have PMT, P, R, N, and T. Now this is excluding taxes and insurance. So when you actually sit down at closing, there's going to be more. They're going to get information from your homeowner's insurance and also the taxes in your area, and they're going to add that into the payment. So we're talking about payment without all of that extra stuff, just the payment on the interest and the principal. So the P is 176,000 that we found in Part B. It's not the 220,000 because you don't have to finance all of that because you've already paid your down payment on it. Your rate in this case is going to be a 7% fixed rate, 0.07. It's a monthly payment, so that's 12. And I believe this one is going to be a 30-year fixed loan, so T is 30. We're trying to find out what our payment is going to be. So using our payment formula, I take the P, which is 176,000, times my rate, which is 0.07, divided by 12. This whole thing needs divided by bracket 1 minus parentheses 1 plus 0.07 over 12, raised to the negative 12 times 30, and then close your bracket. Remember, we always add our extra parentheses around the numerator, around the denominator if needed, and around the exponent. This one, the denominator is not needed, so I'm going to go ahead and type this in my calculator to find my payment. Parentheses, we're going to start with 176,000 times 0.07 divided by 12. Close that parentheses, and that finishes the numerator. Divided by open parentheses, 1 minus open another parentheses, 1 plus 0.07 divided by 12. Close the parentheses. Caret, parentheses, negative 12 times 30. And end with the last parentheses. So it looks like the payment is going to be $1,170.93. And the last thing that we need to do is find the total interest. So the interest is going to be the payment times the number of times per year times the time minus the amount financed. So we have 1170.93 times n, which is 12, times t, which is 30, subtracting off the 176,000 that we financed, so 1170.93 times 12 times 30 minus 176,000. Oh, that was one too many zeros. So there we go. That is going to get me $245,538.80 worth in interest. So that's a whole lot of money just in interest, even though you only financed 176,000 of it. You're still paying a whole lot more in interest over the life of the loan. And this concludes our lesson on car and home ownership.